Hey everybody, welcome to the Elder of Rock. I am Stephen Elder. I have a Dogma shirt on, so of course we're going to talk about Dogma, the latest Dogma drama. I guess promoters in Australia are canceling the tour because apparently they are not getting the band were promised. Well, Australia, well, I kind of understand your thinking there a little bit. That's a shame because you're going to miss out on a good band regardless. Now, I don't know what's happened with these past members. I'm not saying anybody's lying. I'm sure, they were, whatever. I'm not here to get into that kind of thing. I'm not here to defend anybody or anything like that. I'm just going by like what I'm telling you. Um, is that yeah, I got into Dogma like around early 2024. I know their album came out in November of 2023. I first saw the video for one of their songs. I don't remember which one, but it was very intriguing and shocking a bit because, kind of graphic sexually. Not that I'm a prude or anything. It's just not something I really expected. It was just like, wow, that's pretty wild. But I like the music. Now, now, of course, I began to realize that some of the members that appeared in the videos did not end up being members of the band, and also probably who were in the videos maybe didn't record the album. I just had that feeling, and if there was original, they were a four piece of a Dogma, and then but eventually it became a five piece with probably the most known lineup right now, which is the one that has done most of the videos. In the videos, and you see the live stuff. They've been on tour for that lineup was on tour for about a year. That was Dogma. Well, I don't know if I don't. People will correct me. To me, it's Dogma 2, but I know it's probably not. I know there's probably been other things, but anyway, and they were a five piece. They added a guitar player because originally they were four piece with only one guitar player. And so anyway, and then I don't know, like I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, members of that band, yeah. So the singer Lilith, who was her name was Grace Jane Pastorini. She played the singer Lilith. Amber Maldonado was guitar player Lamia, and Patri Grief was Rusalka. Um, so they all left the band, claiming they were promised stuff and management misrepresented things and stuff like that. And so, whatever. Like I said, I'm not here to deny their claims or anything. I'm, you know, I'm, but anyway, but I do find it interesting that you did get. And I don't know their real names. Sorry. So correct me or help me out when in the comments or something. But the bass player Nixie or Nix, however you say her name, and the drummer Aberhell, they stayed. I don't know how they stayed or why they stayed or what was going on there. And then they were pretty easy to be able to find new members, good members too, because I did have tickets to go see them. I did review the show on another one of my episodes, and so I did get to see them in Winter Park, Florida. And it was November 5th with this new lineup, who had only really been together a couple weeks, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to happen. I could hear rumors of them lip syncing and stuff like that. That definitely wasn't the case. They weren't lip syncing when I saw them. But so they were able to get good members, and they were great. The guitar players they got were great. Lilith they got was great. No problems. Nick's, great as usual. They were all great, and it also seemed like as though as like Nick's or Nixie, whatever is was kind of like the leader of the band, maybe because you see her, she's kind of up front there, and so a lot of people were there to see her. Also, and so but anyway, the new members were great. They played great. They had great stage presence. So I don't know what happened, but I just hope that these things get work out. I don't know if Dogma ends up imploding after this, then at least I got to see them. Also, I know those members: Grace Jane Pastorini, Amber Maldonado, and Patri Grief. Um, they are going to form. Supposedly, I guess they're going to form a band called Manjushka. So maybe if nothing else, we get we get a good band from them, And who knows, and if the whole thing does implode and there's no more Dogma at all, then maybe Nixie and Abrahel could join him in that, and be just like we have Dogma, just under a different name. But anyway, so that would be cool. And look, I was a big fan of that last lineup of Dogma. Um, that with the girls that are going to form the band, and I was really looking forward to seeing them, especially Rusalka. I was a really big. I just really liked the way she was on stage and everything. And so it was really a bummer, but and I went to the show a little bit apprehensive, but I decided to go and give it a chance, and it was good. And and if you're out there thinking about it, go out there. You know, this band is working really hard. They've worked really hard to get to all of them, and I just hope that for sure that they aren't being mistreated, or if those members were mistreated, maybe management learned a lesson and is maybe you know doing things, doing business a bit better nowadays. Um, so I just hope that it all works out for everyone. But I would say, you know, go support this uh, version of Dogma because they have worked hard. I think they deserve the support. They deserve uh, for all the hard work they put in to make a good show for the present, whoever does go see them. It must not have been a good. They must have known it wouldn't be an easy situation to go into, and people already have developed their favorites, out of the previous lineup, and so they, but I will say that the audience I was at, everybody is respectful towards the new members, and we really did give them a chance, and yeah, and they were really good. They did not disappoint. So but it does make you think about what's important in a band, right? Is it who plays the songs, or is it that just the songs are played well, or or you know, played with personality, played, you know, that's the other thing I'm wondering is like, was any material recorded with the previous lineup? I was really looking forward to a second Dogma album. I really wonder what that's going to be like now. Are we going to know who's on it for sure? Um, I know that some of the previous members had recorded on the first album a little bit. I can't remember exactly who now, but I know maybe it was the Lilith and Lamia. But um, and then there was Like a Prayer came out, and Band and Be Free came out. So I wondered, who played on that for sure. They were in the videos, some of them, but do we know for sure they played on the track? Is there new music recorded with them? Will they get proper credit for it, or meaning if there is, will they get proper royalties and payment? Will that hold up the album? Will they just re-record it with the members they have now, or are there going to be different people in this? This will be interesting, for a hopeful second album. I do hope we get some new music somehow, and like I said, if not, maybe we'll get it from these ex members, and all will be well. And maybe that's the reason Dogma existed, was to give us this other band for the ex members, because it elevated their status a little bit and gave them and then they can jump off that anyway. Whatever I'm trying to say. Like I said, it does make you think about that, Ghost and stuff like that. You don't know who's playing in that band, but the music's played well, and you know that from tour to tour and maybe even gig to gig, you're having the same members, but you wouldn't know it because everybody's behind a mask. So and then you get the whole Peter Chris, Ace Frehley, Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer wearing their makeup. They play the parts well, but they're not. Yeah, Peter Chris and Ace Frehley. So it just makes you think about stuff like that, about what's important, uh, as far as what you want in a band. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, so I guess that's it. You know, I just hope things get worked out, but if not, then hopefully we get this new music. And so there you go. Um, Thanks for watching. Hey, I'm 98 subscribers right now. I only need two more people to get to 100, so I know that's like some kind of little milestone. So anyway, so like and subscribe. Watch for me on episodes of The Contrarians, and I just did a great one on forgotten 80s metal, and then another one on heaviest hair metal songs. And then also look for me on Grant's Rock Warehouse channel, where we've been reviewing the Bon Jovi catalog, and we're up to the last 2 albums now. So, all right, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching Elder Brock. See you next time.